Hi, Kanchu. How are you doing?
I'm good, Gabriel. How are you?
So I just wanted to have a conversation. I mean, let's just start, I guess. Lord.
Uh-huh.
In this episode of Madhouse, we speak to Muhammad Al Kanchu, also known as Kanchu with a camera, about his creative process, his life, and everything in between. Enjoy.
I mean, let's just start, I guess. Lord.
Uh-huh.
Could you just introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do. Yeah,
So my name is Muhammad Ali Kanch.
Okay.
I'm mostly like a documentary photographer based in Uganda.
Okay.
Documentary in the terms of my style of shooting, not that I do like poor Africa and all of that.
Yeah.
But like I just have a more documenting style of shooting, which
Yeah.
means like I don't pose. I just take pictures around and like see what's going on.
Okay.
Rather than like posing and like creating moments, like
Okay.
I just capture them.
Nice. So no acting.
No acting.
Just in the
Mostly, yeah.
Okay. No, there's no posing generally.
Mostly there's no posing. Like for example, if I'm shooting a wedding, like I won't pose anyone.
Okay.
And if I pose, it's just gonna be for 15 minutes to do the wedding poses.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
Okay.
the rest of the day, I'm just gonna document the fun or whatever is happening throughout the day.
That's nice. So, context. I'm very fascinated. How did it start? And like also for people context, like, because I mean I know people a lot of the creators are like from Africa based, and from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So it's also it'd be interesting to have like some context of how you got here.
How I got here. So
and then how it all started, like the whole
Mhm.
photography thing. Yeah.
So like how it started is like I came to Uganda like around 6 years back
Okay.
with my parents.
Okay.
I came here like we were setting up a new business.
Okay.
Which wasn't related to photography or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
So like they started the business and I was still young. So I wanted to start university. I just did my A levels from Pakistan.
Yeah.
So then like I registered in International University of East Africa.
Okay.
And then like I started the course of civil engineering because there weren't any like good art schools this side.
Okay.
So I started with like civil engineering and like I went 2 years in. And then I was like, like this isn't really working out for me.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
It's not feeding me creatively, right?
Yeah,
It's
okay.
feeding me like mentally, but
Yeah.
not creatively.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I asked my mom because I was broke. I was in uni. That
Yeah.
hey, can you help me like buy a camera and stuff?
Yeah.
So I remember like I got like a $500 like Nikon D5300.
Okay.
And then yeah, I just started with that. So like for like the moment I got that camera, I just went out, started shooting, and like my pictures were so bad. Like this like how many years back? Like 4 years back.
Yeah.
Like they were so bad. Like so I had like very high aspirations like in terms of the pictures I should be getting.
Yeah.
And doesn't like I thought like the camera does all the work.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when I got the camera, actually I wanted to blog about food, about places, like just like roam around Kampala and like just do like never like in terms of like making money or anything,
Yeah.
but just like take pictures of like food, show people that like Kampala has some good places to eat, to
Yeah.
do and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But like yeah, so like the first thing I did with the camera actually was like my school.
Mm.
Like I was in the engineering department, but
Yeah.
I had a friend in the tourism department.
Okay.
It's called Daniel,
Yeah.
and he was the head of his class or something. So they used to organize trips
Okay.
all around Uganda, like twice every year.
Okay.
So like that trip was coming up, and it was so cheap. It was like how much, like 200K or something,
Yeah.
or 150K, and we went to like Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Like we did so much shit in that 150. I can't even be so because like the school caters for half of the expenses.
Okay.
So it's just 50%, and then they make their own food and everything, so it's so cheap. So I was like, yo, can I come for this? And he's like, yeah, I need to talk to my lecturer and everyone. I was like, just tell them like I have a camera and give them pictures and stuff of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, but like at this moment I didn't have any experience in using the camera. Like that was the first thing I did. So yeah, I went there. I took like some good pictures, everything. Like not such good pictures. Like I wish I did better, but like they were good for that time.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. So yeah, then I came back and like I was looking for. Then I really liked that thing, right? Like just going around and shooting.
Yeah.
So then like I messaged a few photographers over here.
Okay.
Like when I got the camera, like,
Yeah.
hey, I've seen your account,
Yeah.
like I really love it. Like, would you be up for like meeting someday, or like if you have a gig or anything,
Yeah.
I can be around you and learn from you. But who the fuck wants that? I don't. Like if someone messages me today out of the blue, like, hey, can I be around you when you're doing a gig? I'll be like, no, fuck no. But yeah, so we started. Yeah, so the photographers that I hit up,
Yeah.
like they actually like told me like, yeah, let's meet up, and I was like, what? Yeah. So then I met like two of them, like one of them. So it was Martin Karumba. Do you know about
Martin
him?
Karumba.
Karumba.
No, I've not heard of him.
So he's one of the most experienced photographers of Uganda. He's done a lot of things like
Okay.
Queen of Katwe,
Okay.
like a lot of photography things. He's done it. Like
Okay.
he's known in
In that space. Okay.
yeah, in space.
nice.
So this guy, he talks to me about Kampala Fashion Week that day,
Yeah.
and a lot of other things. And he talked to me about Nege Nege.
Yeah. Okay.
So Nege Nege was actually happening the next week, and in that space, yeah, like I also applied for like being a volunteer at So Far Sounds
Okay.
when Amaru, Eugene Kavume,
Yeah,
all of
okay.
these people were around.
Okay.
So like I hit them up, and they were also like, yeah, we're having a So Far this week, and
Okay.
like let's meet up. So these were like, that was the second and the third thing in
Okay.
photography. So
Yeah.
number one was the Ford Portal trip.
Yeah.
Number two was I shot a So Far.
Okay.
Yeah. In that So Far, I also met Aaron Kajumba.
Okay.
You know that guy?
Yeah, the musician. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
So I met him, like we became friends, and he has also been a really big part of my photography journey.
Okay, that's nice.
I think he also gave me my first paid gig.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a birthday party, so bad. So now, so I went to shoot my first So Far, and I loved the pictures that I took. And
Okay.
I also loved the vibe that, like, it was very intimate, yet
Okay.
it was also, like, very documentary. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't have to, like, knock on someone and tell them, like, hey, can I take a picture of you? No, I could just take a picture of them, like, while they were enjoying the music.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and, like, there were no obstacles in doing that, and I
Yeah.
really felt nice.
Yeah.
And after that, like, I met the Nege Nege team, I met Derek, everyone, like,
Yeah.
Darlene. And I went to Nege Nege then for 3 days. Like, they told me, like, I could come on board, I can take some pictures.
Yeah.
I went there, I took some pictures, and, like, they also, like, gave me a really big hand. And, like, so all of these first few gigs that I did for
Yeah.
free,
Yeah.
like, they motivated me a lot. Like, the people even, like, oh man, like, you've taken, like, really good portraits. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't look like someone who's just, like, starting to learn this
Yeah.
shit. And yeah, like, so slowly, like, I started getting gigs. I started, like, actually, like, making money out of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can actually do this. So I got done with my degree, like, 2 years back.
Okay.
And then, like, I had this thing, like, either I should go for the civil engineering route, because I really love Uganda. Like, I don't think I want to leave this space right now.
Okay.
So either I could do the civil engineering route, look for a job over here and, like, get a bit of money,
Yeah.
or I could take this route
Yeah.
where I could actually be happy and
Yeah.
do something that I love.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Happiness over money.
Yeah. But this is also, like, more money than the civil engineering thing, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, like, over here, like, I just have me to blame if I don't make any money.
While if you had a job, there's like so many
Yeah,
people
like
you can
if-
blame.
Yeah. So yeah.
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that's very interesting. I'm very interested when you said your first So Far job was like very intimate.
Yeah.
And like very like honest, because there's something about your pictures. It always feels like the person's not paused. It always feels like you just caught them in the moment,
Yeah.
and in that moment they were like saying, "This is me,"
Yeah.
and then you kind of quote it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, can't you like get these
So
photos?
that's the
Because
thing. Like, I think I've learned that in So Far, because like So
Ah.
Far is so, like, intimate. Even like a smallest movement can, like, let people know that I'm around, and, like, with a big ass camera and everything,
yeah,
like, people know that you're around, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, like, I think that changed my whole style of photography. Like, as I shot So Far,
yeah,
like, I've done, like, I don't even remember how many So Fars, like 20,
Yeah.
and so many now.
I can
So
imagine.
like you can imagine like
Yeah.
the first time
Yeah,
like I
second.
shot like at an event was so far, and
Yeah.
even today like I'm shooting for so far.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's been a long time that I've been doing this, and yeah, like but I really like what it has given me in making up my style, because I think like they're experiences that you go through
Yeah.
that really like make you who you are as a creative, rather than you thinking like, oh, this is good, I'm gonna go for this. But I don't think that really works. I think what works is like actually like your experiences
Yeah.
and what actually forged you.
Yeah, those experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I'm also very interested because like it seems like, you know, a lot of people make a misconception of like they see work and they think everything is paid work,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're saying like, hey, for the first like 1 year of like all your photography work, it was all free work.
Yeah, not even 1 year. Like I think 2 to 3 years. Like the
Was this
first,
a lot of free
most
work?
of them were free work or
Okay.
collaborations. Even right now, like on my Instagram page, most of those are collaborations. I don't think I've ever commercialized myself properly,
Okay.
and I need to. But like, yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't want to put a price to everything,
Yeah.
but I think it should be also that way, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But right now, I think I'm gonna go for more the route of like actually like putting myself out there as someone you can hire
Okay.
for something that you want to document.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I wanted to understand, what are the challenges that you faced during the whole? This is now going to be like your 5th year. In the, yeah, like in the 5 years you've been taking pictures, what has been like? Just share like one challenge you've had and like how you overcame like a slight challenge. I don't know, camera breaking, someone, I don't know.
So like, so doing photography in third world countries, it's really hard because there are not so many rules regarding it, and
Yeah.
like, so the actual challenge that I've faced is that about how to like manage through contracts and stuff like that, rather than like gear breaking, because I think like in the end like all the equipment is, they're just like plastic and metal. Like it doesn't make you a photographer
I understand.
or a creative. Like
Yeah.
I think what's the most important thing is your brain.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't think like any camera breaking or like a lens is like giving me a headache, like it would really affect me.
Okay,
But what
cool.
has affected me is actually like people not respecting the ethics of working, and like not having actual contracts, or not like photographers being getting the same kind of respect that other people do.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that. And yeah,
So how have you like navigated it as countries, as you, as a person?
So-
like, especially like now you're talking about contracts and like the professionalism of the art form or the craft.
yeah.
How have you like sort of figured out a way to like position yourself and like
So like what I do now is like be very straight with
okay.
anyone. For example, if you're a bride
Yeah.
and I'm shooting your wedding and
Yeah.
you're here to hire me, so after we discuss the prices, when I'm giving you the invoice or the quote,
Yeah.
I'm gonna list like all the terms and conditions down on the invoice. So like tomorrow when you pay me,
Yeah.
you can't tell me like, oh, I didn't see those. No, you've already, if you've paid me this money, you have already seen this document, and you know what I'm providing as a vendor, because I am a vendor in the end, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so now like for example, I always like estimate the amount of images I'm giving. I
Nice.
estimate how I'm giving them,
Nice.
and all of these things, and like what's the time duration that you're gonna get these, stuff like that, because like it always like hassles me in these kind of things. Yeah. And also like the biggest challenge that I've seen is like actually being hired by the people that don't want to hire me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like sometimes like people see you as a person and they think like you're a good person and they should hire you,
Yeah.
or like you have a vibe, but like when they hire you, they're hiring not for your art or anything, or for the way you take images, but they're hiring you for the person you are.
Yeah. I understand.
And sometimes like the conflict that comes in is like they're looking for a completely different style of photography, because I think like my style of photography is very niche over here,
Yeah.
and people usually want the pose, the vibrant, and like
Yeah.
from my images, I don't
Yeah.
think even one of my images like vibrant in all
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the problem.
Like
so
almost like high fashion sort of like
Yeah.
like look.
Yeah, that's what happened. So like that has been the biggest challenge, like being hired by the people who don't want to hire me on a good day.
Yeah, so there's a
Or-
conflict creatively of
Yeah,
like,
so
hey,
now
yeah.
like what I do is when I'm being hired by someone, I actually like go through that person, like what are they looking for,
to be
and
sure.
yeah,
that
to
they-
be sure if it's
yeah.
actually like
I
if
understand.
I'm the right pick for them
Yeah.
and they're the right pick for me as well.
Yeah, I understand. So no
Yeah.
one's wasting each other's time.
Yeah, no wasting anyone's
'Cause
time
you say
because
yes, and then you reach there and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, I didn't pay you for these photos.
Yeah.
Then it's like a whole battle. of
because
go-
I can do that what they want, but I don't want to because that is not me. Like there are
Yeah.
like 500 other people in Kampala that can do that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that is always an issue.
Cool. So my other questions that I'm very fascinated is like, where you planning to take your photography? Where like future goals or like ideas or things you'd want to explore as a creative photographer?
So right
Kampala.
now, like
Yeah.
I'm really looking for things that can make me happy. Number one, and also make this a lucrative thing, like
Oh,
not
that's
just
just stepping. That's like very interesting. Like, make me happy. Like,
yeah.
this is the first podcast I want to say that. Like, make me happy. I mean, I know every other person I've interviewed is happy what
Yeah,
they do,
because
but that being a goal, like, it's
yeah,
very-
because in the end, like I chose this career, right? I'm choosing every second of my life. How like that's what we do, right?
yeah,
We prioritize on things and we choose what we want to do
yeah, true,
because we have a limited time.
yeah,
So the thing is that I chose this career, like it wasn't given to me.
yeah,
Like you choose everything in life. Like you
Yeah.
can't like tomorrow be like, no, my parents like they
Yeah.
told me not to do this,
Yeah.
or like they didn't want me to do this, or
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
society's
Standard,
problem, and
yeah.
like yeah. So I think in the end, you have the decision of what you do.
true,
So like I think for if I'm doing anything, number one is being happy. Like even if I'm doing something for the money, the
Yeah.
money must make me happy.
yeah, I understand, yeah, or
Yeah.
the job that makes
Yeah.
you, the money must make you happy, must be a happy,
Yeah, so
job.
the intention of any action should be benefiting me in some way.
yeah, okay, I understand, yeah,
Yeah, and then number two is actually making more content that makes me happy,
nice,
or that just like that has an aim to something. Like for example, like I've been working for a lot of companies and everything that don't have an aim other than just making money.
yeah,
And the problem with that is like you do the gig for the money, and then after that money runs out, you're gonna think like, oh man, why did I do that thing? Or
Yeah.
like I think I was being paid less,
yeah,
or stuff like that. So now like I'm actually like going through content creation and social media marketing,
okay, nice,
because I want like businesses with proper aims to also benefit from my art, and
nice.
I want to benefit from their budget.
so it's like a almost like a ripple effect.
Yeah,
I mean, you provide value, they
Yeah.
get value, then it's like
Yes,
a
of
cycle
course.
of value.
So I'm thinking to like open up a company for social media marketing and content creation, because like number one problem is like I do also a lot of commercial things, like
Yeah.
for example product shots
Yeah.
and like company profiles
Yeah.
and like professional images
Yeah.
for companies and stuff that I don't post on my pages.
yeah,
So that work, right? So the problem with that is like when I've given them my images and everything, and like the work we've done, and like that had so much effort put in, like
Yeah.
a month of planning and like then shooting everything. So it just like goes through, and like I never see those images coming out or
Yeah.
making the same effect that they intended to
yeah,
make.
okay, yeah.
when
Because
they
I mean,
were
I know
thinking about
it feels also good that you like, hey, I took that product,
Yeah.
and now they're making $1 million.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice.
So-
like, yeah,
So it never happens like that. So
Yeah.
I was like, so I talked to them like, why aren't you posting those images? Or like they're like, no, the social media people, like they're not doing their job or something like that,
yeah,
or the graphic designer is giving them a problem.
yeah,
So I was just like, okay, let me do that then. So I've been talking about it to a lot of people,
Yeah.
and now I think from this month I'm gonna begin with like one company that is Ujo,
yeah, okay.
and yeah, I'll see from there how
Ah,
it goes.
Okay, so providing like almost like a full package,
Yeah, provide like a full package
like
of
take
like
the picture,
taking
the
pictures,
social
taking
media,
videos,
the graphics,
like
yeah.
making stories,
Yeah.
uploading them,
Yeah,
like
okay.
handling the page as if it's mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice. That's nice. That's really. I'm very interested because like that's some conversation I've had with people of like a lot of people say, hey, I like, especially commercial filmmakers that I talk
Mhm.
to, of like, hey man, you shot that ad, that's great, but imagine that you walked around and said, I shot that ad and it made that company X amount of money,
Yeah.
then it shows the value of your work to a business
Of
as
course.
compared to like, hey, I just shot a nice
Yeah.
looking ad. I mean, yeah, it's good, but like, what's the value that brought to that business or that organization? Because I mean, I know I've shot a lot of like non-profit film work, and I always tell people like it's easier to walk in and say, hey, I shot non-profit film for XYZ,
Yeah.
and they raised $30,000. Now they can build a school.
Yeah, of course.
See, like there are people say like, oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
this guy's videos. have
rather than
some-
just like telling them like, oh, I shot this.
yeah, like it doesn't.
But
and
like
when
if you completed their whole intention of the project,
yeah,
like it gives more value to
yeah,
it, right?
to what you're doing, yes, and which is great. And so before we end the podcast, I always ask every guest, what life lesson do you think you can give the listeners if we've bored them for the past 30 minutes?
I don't think I'm a person who can give them a life lesson.
But like just something like a thing that maybe that you do, that you use in your life every day, that you think they can also apply to either their creative work or just life generally. Yeah.
I think just prioritize on things.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think we have a very short time and we have like a very few tasks we can complete in our lives.
Yeah.
So I think just think about that shit.
Yeah. Just prioritize it.
Yeah,
Like
and
just
do what you need to do.
to make
always.
those priorities happen.
Yeah,
That's nice.
not just be lazy about them and not just talk about things.
Nice. Cool. I think we're done. Thank you
done?
so much.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.